Yes! 4 days in a row. Oh, lovely. So it is, as you saw in the old phone, it is nearly 7:30. Today could be a lovely day. The forecast is looking really, really good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, let's do this. It's time to put me big boy pants on and connect this back up to the big battery, see what happens, see if I break it, see what alarms come up and whatever. Because the reason why I've got to get my arse in gear is because come on, it is 20 to 8 and we're already charging with what, 400 watts. So we're already charging with that minus whatever the house is using. But the state of charge on this one last night got to 34%. So again, the wee battery made it through the night. I'm really quite impressed with the little soldier. Turn the screen brightness up, might help. Sorry, hold the line, caller. So over the last couple of days, it has been dreary, and the big battery shelf is actually ticking down. It's ratcheting down, and we're at 17% on this side and 3.2 volts. So over the last couple of days, the big battery shelf and big blue have been sort of ratcheting down and down and down and getting a bit lower, a bit lower, a bit lower, a bit lower. But the wee one coming from the SoFar, where's a little pokey pointer? Where's a little pokey pointer? So we fired up the SoFar inverter here. We had a reasonable day, and then the next day was absolutely booming, and then the last couple of days have been dreary and drizzly and overcast and soggy. So we made 7.2 kilowatts and 8.9, and we're still all zeros. So we've bought absolutely feck all from the grid. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So the time is now really the big batteries need the charge from the SoFar. Yesterday was a really, really good test of this, because not only was it dreary, and we'd done the usual sort of, like the load would be a dishwasher and the normal house running, things like that, but also whilst we're cooking, the kitchen's got an induction hob, so it was up to 3 kilowatts of an inductive load, and it took it within its stride. And then the battery still managed to recover a little bit, and we've made it through the night. Because I'm led to believe, I'm no electronics expert, but I'm led to believe that sort of like inductive loads are some of the most stressful loads on a system, especially like inductive motors with their startup, things like that. So with up to 3 kilowatts of inductive load, took it within its stride, no problem at all. So did the BMS and so did the battery. So let's do this. Let's do this. How do I proceed? I need to stop that charging because I want the voltage to sag back down a bit. When I first checked, first thing this morning, everything was pretty much exactly the same voltage. I was like, oh right, okay. And within half an hour we're charging and the voltage is creeping up. So I need to pack that one in and try and keep the voltages as closely matched as possible. So what I'll do is I want to leave this energized for as long as possible, really. I'll bolster this. You can't see anything anyway, so be back in a minute. All I did there to cut out the boring bullshit of poking buttons is, you can see there 0, 0. All I did was I altered the charge voltage down to match the big battery shelf, and I turned the charging current. I was going to see how low the charging current can go, and it will go right the way down to 1 amp of charging current. So it's turned all the way right down to absolutely bugger all, which is good. So it's alive but not alive, because I want to leave it energized as long as possible so that the capacitors don't discharge whilst I'm hooking it back up to the bus bars. That's all really. So I've got to just unwrap those, undo those, poke it back into the bus bar. I can't wait to get all finalized and get tidied up. It's looking like shit. Never mind. I'm just running the kettle for a little bit to burn the voltage off, get it down a little bit, because this one was still resting and sitting a volt higher than the big battery shelf. So I don't want any mad inrushy shit occurring. Part of me wants to prove it out and reassure myself and go back to the original startup situation and replicate the original alarms that I was having with this, which was with the ID070 battery over voltage protection. So that was just with the big battery shelf into the bus bars with the old JK BMSs. But at the end of the day, I'd only be doing that for the views. I've only got 480 subscribers. I'll be absolutely fucking stupid to replicate my original alarms just for the views. It's working at the moment, so really I just want to be as quick as possible, hook both of these up to the bus bars, switch the battery back on, and get going. I can prove it again sort of with the events list. So I haven't had any alarms since 19th of April when I fired this back up with the new JK BMS and my Litho Carla batteries. And you got ID7, all these ID70s, and then that's a turn off and turn on reboot. Again, that's all turn off, turn on, reboot, and then we've got ID70, 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 so there's a reboot there, ID70. So that's me trying different settings, different voltages, different states of charge. And apart from the odd spurious one, which is a reboot, it's all ID70, 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 all the way back to event 100, which was the 24th of March I had no BMS alarms, and it was at any state of charge and whatnot. So it's a big old case of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't understand why I haven't assigned any communication protocols with this new JK BMS yet, and it works quite happily. So that's my stress and worry, is that now that I hook this BMS up and we've got a big capacity, that without communications I'm going to get that ID70 alarm again. I really should play with a communications protocol. But there was some wise comments in previous videos that if you can live without communications and it works, then leave the inverters to do their jobs. You're better off leaving the inverters to do their jobs and working with as little communications and things to go wrong as possible. So here we go. Right, so I am just going to change the continuous discharge current right the way down, and the continuous charge current, I'm going to take that all the way, well, not all the way down, but I'm going to change it to half C and 1C of this battery pack. So charging at half C, that'll be about 35 amps, and the continuous discharge at 1C will be, so I'm going to call it 75 amps. So we'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Let's get this done. The other thing I better do, turn that off, turn that off. Turn that off. Battery showing 0. Shit, I can't. My bus. Oh dearie me, Captain Cock Up strikes again. One, you went flat on the old cam phone, so you've been away and on charge. In the interim period, I have had to put some M10 ring lugs onto terminals there because they were M8, so they wouldn't go from this battery onto my bus bars. But the ID70 alarm must be quick because this phone's still not got much charge in it. The original ID70 alarm could maybe be me. Battery terminal switch is off. But right at the very first startup, Big Blue was still alive, doing its thing, charging the batteries, drawing from the batteries and running and whatever. Now I've just been in the same state again with the battery isolated. Reason why I have got a resistor in my hands is that when I connected up the negative from the SoFar inverter to the bus bar, there was a teeny tiny itty bitty little spark and the inverter tripped out. So I replicated it with a resistor. Once that came back to life and I knew that it hadn't died completely, and I changed my underwear and cleaned the poo up off the floor, I replicated it with a resistor, and sure as shit, as soon as I touched the negative terminal onto the bus bar, if you ladies and gentlemen want to watch this, dink, and we're into an alarm state. It then goes through its 1 minute pre-flight check. But if I go to the events history, I've now got 3 ID70 alarms for today. So as I said before, I am the amateurist of amateurs. I thought that with the battery isolator turned off, everything would be isolated. But there's clearly still an open circuit on the negative, and it was energizing something and alarming out. When I fired up the new JK Inverter BMS that still has not got any comms, dipshit here didn't realise that the charge and discharge MOSFET switches had turned back off. That was after I'd gone through several communication protocols on the inverter. I realised that I had fucked up. So as soon as I opened them up and turned the MOSFET switches on for the charge and discharge, the SoFar fired up, and it's been working absolutely tickety-boo ever since. So, gonna kill Big Blue, gonna isolate at the breakers, and then I'll do a soft start on everybody using the new JK BMS. So it'll be a case of in technology I trust. Yeah, I've turned the charge voltages and the charge currents down on, ouch, oh, it got me pinky. Right, so I've turned the charge voltages, charge currents down on all of that, and I should probably kill them as well with the PV and the fucking doodah. Da, 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 da. So that's dead, that's dead, that's dead. I'll just check. This BMS is in fact turned off. It still shows 49.2, but why is that still showing fucking cunting voltage? Show 49.2. Ah, balls. Da 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 dee dee doo. Oh, for fuck's sake. And across the bus bars we are 0. There's something in the JK BMS, the new one. To start off with, it was showing 48 volts, but the pack voltage is 51.5. As I held the multimeter on the positive and negative terminals, the voltage ticked down and ticked down and ticked down and got to sort of like 25 volts. So that's probably an internal capacitive discharge or something like that. But I'm happy we're all completely kaput-ish. My stress levels are quite raised at the moment. I do not like this at all. I much rather have spanners and hammers. I'm much more mechanically minded than electrical minded. This stuff just fucking gives me the shits. It's done it again. But fuck sake. Everything's kaput. Everything is dead, Dave. Everything is dead. Dave. Oh, God. It's man. Donk. You still with us? Yeah. fucking way. Oh, that's so good on the back, this one. I can feel my back going already. Right, SoFar says stress levels are elevated. SoFar says on with the solar. One, two, three, four. She's alive. Onto the battery. On the grid. PV off and wait 30 seconds. Got a horrible feeling it should just probably alarm straight out. But I don't see for why there's no outside interference. It's back onto the JK BMS, the new one. The big shelf ain't on yet. Big blue's off. I've been in this situation before where big blue's off. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Right, no alarms as yet. No alarms as yet. Big blue. Not happy because the battery's off. Oh, it flicked. It flicked to 0.4 then. The big blue's back on. No alarms as yet. Oh. No alarms as yet on that one, but I've got the charges and the discharging voltages and currents turned right down. So no horrible spikes and rushes in rush currents with that, so that was good. Is it all going to get upset now if I flick these on? One side, 8 amps going out of this battery. The other side, bit of a rush. Nothing major, hopefully that will stabilise. No alarms as yet. And we're generating. No alarms as yet. And we're generating. That was me. Ha ha ha. So it says it's trying to poke 1 amp into it. This one's still discharging a little bit, probably going into these bad boys. Nothing's alarmed out, peeps. So was it just me and the sequence of starting things up with MOSFETs open and there's still current flowing on the negative side of things? I really don't understand. It pickles my fucking brain. But I've got this far and we're all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Nothing's fucked up yet, apart from me. God, what time did I start this fucking shit? About 7:30. It is now 10:15. I'm gonna have to run in a minute and double check on the dogs and the pensioners. It's just pensioners and puppies, pensioners and puppies. Actually, quite a quiver. So that's one side of the big battery. That's the left-hand side. So that's still down at 17%. And we've got 1.3 amps going into it, which I presume is out of the little crappers. So I'm just going to go and turn my charge currents and voltages up. I won't bore you with that bit. It's been long enough. Holy shit, sir. Sorry everybody, I forgot to press record. I pressed record and then I was just sorting out my JK BMS apps. Right, this is the little battery. I have turned us up. Sorry. It's right. Clear and concise and fucking calm yourself down. I have turned this up to 60 amps charge current. So the workshop roof of the Gumtree Special solar panels is making 900 watts of solar power, but we are charging with 3 kilowatts. That is coming off of the main grid-tied house roof, the Trina Solar Vertex S, the one with the feed-in tariff. So that is absolutely banging, gobbling everything off of a completely different system to that one, which is exactly what we needed. Exactly what we needed, and it's exactly what we were advised to go for the EP model when we purchased it instead of the ES, because the ES won't do that. The EP will do that. So that's one side of the affair. Turned right the way up, and so this is the Litocala, the new JK BMS, and the Wii battery, and it is charging with 8 amps only. Remembering that this is only a DD battery, and I've turned it down with the JK BMS charge current limiter, so it stays within the 0.5 C of charge and sort of 1 C of discharge. So that's at 8 amps, but the big battery shelf, the big battery shelf, come on motherfucker, focus. We are charging with 27 amps on that side, the left hand side. And the right hand side, we're charging with 26.5, call it 27, rough maths, be fair. I'm trying to stay calm and whatever, but I'm still shitting myself and nervous and excited, and I don't know how quite to confess to the boss lady that this fucking saga could have potentially have been my fault. I'm gonna have to try and replicate it. Gonna have to get Big Blue dialed in. She overreads by about 0.3 volts compared to the BMS's. So I'll get her tweaked in next. I won't upset you with all the beepy 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 beep 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 beep. All right. Bloody hell, it's still working, guys. So that's me tweaked that, and we're only making a little dribble out of those ones at the moment because they're still partially shaded. The MPPTs are probably still just doing their tracking things. As I said, I've only just sorted out. So charging with a bit from that side. Charging with a lot from that side. Nothing's alarmed out yet. Oh balls. Oh balls. Oh, the line caller. I just got to sort my bloody apps out again. Jeez, oh. So there's a little bit of a milky, cloudy spelly out there. So it's turned down a little bit. So that's the Litocala's 2.7 amps going into that side, and 13.7 going into the battery shelf. So and that side's already up to 19 from 17. Come on, focus, for God's sakes. So we're already up to 19% from 17 on that side. Well then, kids, holy shit. If it was me all along, then I apologise to everybody. I'll go and lock myself away in a room and swear to myself and scream a little bit. But there's oodles of power coming in at the moment, or a good dollar of power coming in. Weather forecast for today is bloody good. So bloody good. I don't know what else to say apart from time to go and put these under some load. There's there's housework to be doing and the laundrette to be running. and the dishwasher can fire up, and we'll see what the day brings at the end of the day, and if there's any disasters throughout the day. To be continued. I might be back. If I'm not back, have a good day. Look after yourselves. Bye bye for now. Come on, you. Come on. Fuck off. Oh, it's just a very quick update during smoke break. And we are way past midday. Oh, you can see my reflection. Oh my god. Oh, I can't hold it. Right, the Mini Me. Still charging with 10 amps, 500 watts. We're at 63 ampere hours, 86%. Everything's nicely in balance. Cell deviations 10 millivolts. The big battery, left hand side. Now, what were we this morning when I hooked all this up? 17, 18%, 65%, charging with nearly 40 amps. Cell deviations 11 millivolts. Absolutely booming in. 2 kilowatts going into that side. Big battery right hand side. Again, nearly 36 amps going into this side. So this side's a little bit slower, the other side's catching up. It's been absolutely ages since these were this high in state of charge. Again, cell deviations, bugger all. So it'll be interesting to see how long this goes on for. We keep on having annoying clouds getting in the way, but for the moment, for the time being, it's cleared up dramatically. So could today be a day so could today be a day that I hit float voltage and all that shit? Oh, I never thought I'd get to this stage. It's almost embarrassingly easy. But you see there now, we've got a cloudy spell. Down to bugger all. So there's still not quite that much power in an April sun to get through the clouds. So I spoke too soon about today being the day, but we'll see how far we get up. And there's a cloud buggering off. I don't know if you can hear that, just a little gentle fizzing noise coming from an inverter, but they all do that, sir. Oh, come back, sunshine. Come back, sunshine. Come back. Okie dokie, let's give it a pokey. We are 25 past 5, balls deep into the afternoon evening. The wee battery is at 100%, and it's really started to slow down with the amps going in. just kissing the 3.4 volts per cell. Nothing's running away, and we're in balance. Cell deviation is 9 millivolts. Absolutely fucking fantastic for the the Litho Carla crap. So this is the left hand side of the big bank, and we are at 85% state of charge at 5:30 in the afternoon. We've still got 37 amps going in, nearly 36 and a bit amps going in. Cell deviation's lovely, again just kissing the 3.4 volts per cell. Nothing's run away. And we go to the right bank. We are showing we are at a higher state of charge. The same with the remaining capacity off of the Coulomb count or whatever it is. But these have spent life at 30 to 50% for a long while now. So whether or not it is just an error in the calibration of the Coulomb counter, because the voltage is always really very nicely nearly matched from left bank to right bank. So even this side is pumping it in 36 amps. Hello, Mum. 37 and a little bit on the other side. So they're just starting to split apart now and balance out. So there's a little bit of physics at play, which is quite cool. Oh, Big Blue is still giving us 900 watts of solar. I need to stop poking buttons because, like your heart has only got so many beats, buttons only got so many pokes before it breaks. But this side of things, the Gumtree special panels are making 2 kilowatts of solar. We're charging with the 3.15, which is the 60 amp charge limit that I set. Because I don't see the point. This can go up to sort of 3.6, but I just give it a little bit of headroom. I don't see the point in running it absolutely balls to the wall flat out. Maybe in the middle of winter when we're in a panic for the power, but we'll just give it a little bit of headroom. And you know, we're 5:30 in the afternoon. Between the two systems, we're still, you know, we're flat out charging with the 3 kilowatts. So this is actually unbelievable, amazing, mind blown. Can't believe that on the left bank, which seems to be the most accurate on the gasometer, Royal Institute video. See, I'm an educated swine. And motorbikes. Oh, go away. I must turn my Wi-Fi off. I must remember to turn my Wi-Fi off. Start of the day, we were at 17%. What time were we when I first fired up and finished fucking about 9:30? So we've not been all day yet. So we've had some right cloudy spells. Hello, chicken. That's so fluffy. They're the better chicken. Watch. You enjoying the day, are we? We've had some really cloudy spells. No real wind, so when it comes and parks itself in front of the sun, it is like dropped right off of the charge power. But on the whole, it's been absolutely spanking lovely day. So how much longer is this going to go on for, and how much higher can we get to? It would be lovely to get to the balance voltage and see the old balancer kick in, but I don't know. It might be a bit too optimistic. You better not be causing trouble digging holes. Whoa, you get told off. Right, to be continued. I'll give you an evening update when it gets late. But on the whole, I'm absolutely mind blown, Dave. Dave, I can't believe I got this far, Dave. I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. I think we're going to be all right, you know. So here we have a cloudy spell, a little bit of physics at play, which is just freaking awesome. Still charging with 12.6 this side to left bank. Go to the wee one. 0. She's getting full. And go to the right bank. It's a good little bit low, couple of amps lower at the 11 amps. About the same. But I'm confident that these will all balance out nicely given a chance. So steady at 0. Gives that a chance to have a rest. No alarms since opening and closing the charge and discharge MOSFET switchy things this morning. So it's not as if it's quit through an alarm, it's just it doesn't want any more. I'm nearly full, thank you very much. $10.3. This cloudy spell can bugger off. So just a smidge lower of the amperage going into that one. So how big's this cloudy spell? Yeah, it's big. It was quite a big one. Oh, it's quite a big one. Oh, that might be a party pooper. So this is quite cool. It's about an hour later from the last wee snippet, now 6:30. Actually, the little battery is discharging a little bit. We're going to the left. We're up to 91% and we're still charging with a little bit. So they're balancing, bloody hell, words are tough. They're balancing they're balancing out with each other slowly but surely. And the right bank is a little bit lower in the amperage, but a higher state of charge on the old guessometer at 99%. So looking good. But the physics of the operation, where now we're discharging a little bit to balance it out and not charging with bugger all, because the wee bank is going, come on boys, catch up. Hopefully, given a couple of days, these will all balance out nicely. It just blows my mind that I got from 17% and I'm up to 91%. There's a hell of a squawk outside, so I better go and see. Who was that? It's even got the dog's attention. So I'm gonna have a quick run around, make sure all the chickens are alright. False alarm, the chickens are fine. Yeah, fuckers. So going in a real gloomy spell. I doubt we're gonna make much more today. Oh, I don't know. So 3.4 amps. Come on. And 0. So slowly catching monkey now. One thing I have noticed is if just with the app, if you keep on poking from side to side, every now and again it just goes, no, give us a break. Just stop poking me. So, oh, come on. I'm not gonna do much more than that. Bit of a shame. Slowing right down, tick over. And I better go and address a little situation that I've got going on here. Come on, go on, fuck off, go on, go on, fuck off, go on, go on, fuck off, 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 fuck off. You're late. Right, this really is gonna be about me lot. It's 7 o'clock. Really starting to cloud over now. So that's probably going to be all she wrote for the power coming in. 73 watts on Big Blue. Really got to stop poking buttons. 250 watts from Doodah. We're going to start doing dinner and tea and whatever, so probably going to start gobbling out of the battery. Hello. So that's us, 100% ish. Nothing going into it, nothing out of control, everything in balance and tickety boo. Go to the left bank. We'll go to the left bank. And we got to 91%. And there you go, we're just starting to really flatten off and dip into it. So 91% from 17. It is just absolutely mind-blowing, absolutely crazy. And there you go, this one's ticking down to 98%, so what a day. I don't know why they say that it's ticking down, because that arrow still says it's going in. So there's just a little bit of guesswork. Oh, there we go. Back to a little bit going in. So, wow, what a day. What a day. What a day. It's going to be a beautiful sunset. Going to be a beautiful sunset. I'll tell you that much for sure. What will tomorrow bring? Oh, this has just been such a mind-blowing day. Thanks very much for putting up with me. Thanks very much for all your wonderful comments. Johan, Mr. Up Northam Personal. Looks like you were right, and it was to do with the MOSFETs, because yet again it's muggins here not turning it on in the right order. Everything's working nicely, no alarms, whatever. Unbelievable. So yeah, thanks for all of your comments. A lot of you cheer me right up, and then a lot of you really sort of really useful. Sigh of relief. Sigh of relief. Bye bye for now.